Welcome. Welcome back to BBK Sports, people, to another live stream. We are back. We are back. We are back. Liverpool is out. Crashed out the EFL Cup. It's a season of what ifs. What ifs? What if Slot is a fraud? What if we were wrong about Amarim? What if Arteta pulls off the handbrake? Season of what ifs. This EFL Cup madness yesterday. You know what? I should apologize to Anfield the Red and LFC Monster because they were right about their team. That's one of the beauty about doing content with neutrals and rivals. Because even though I'm a football man and I consume a lot of football, maybe I should listen to people when they tell me about their team because they were right. They were spot on yesterday. I was dead wrong because I did not see that. Now, in my own defense, I am going to say that I did not expect Slot to pick that lineup. What was that? What in the hell was that? Roger says he's going for 2-0 for the Burnley. Okay, another clean sheet you say. Okay, bring up the LFC Monster. My brother, you were right about your team. Evan says the Nems curse strikes again. He must be hiding. Like, he must feel bad. And I hope he's not being like bullied online and shit like that, because that is bad. But he must be hiding. He must feel some type of way. You know what? I'm gonna pretend to be an Arsenal fan. Or maybe he was. And the minute, some people are fickle. The minute the wind blows, like the branches and the leaves, the wind blows this way, they're over here. The wind blows that way, they're over there. They're not the root or the trunk of the tree that are stable. So whichever the wind blows, whichever way, that's where they go. Now, maybe that was Nems. And as soon as the wind blows, when Liverpool started 5-for-5, he switched. But he must feel like shit right now. He must feel bad. Looking at the table, looking at Liverpool crash out of the EFL Cup. Because it was just last month we were laughing at United. Oh, you crashed out of the EFL Cup in late August, September. Well, shit. Just a month later, a month and a couple of days later, bang, you're out of it. But it's okay though, because the treble is still on. that was the shortest quad run ever. Because even though the cheeky Invincible was off, the quad was still on. But now the quad is off, but the treble is still on. Because Liverpool can win the FA Cup. They can. They're not out of the league yet. And the Champions League is the Champions League. They can do what they do in the Champions League. But the Nemsker strike against us, Alvin. Bluebird said he can't deny it at this point. He's got to own this. He will forever be known. And I'm charging all of you to carry out this. It is your duty to let the football world know that there was a time in 2025 where this young man switched teams and brought the juju with him. Big up to Quadra, and hope you are good. Yes, people. Likes. You know how it goes. Big up to Wahaha in the building. As always, doing this thing. LFC Monster. The Liverpool fan that never hides. Never, ever hides. Nems IDK has been ducking. He better show up soon to answer for his crimes. Hey, man, we need to send him to PSG or something. Nems PSG. They're flying high right now, right? Nems Real Madrid. They're flying high right now. Be assembled. And as I respect, hope you are good. The legend that is Rasta Stocks is in the house. Big up to you, Maji. Hope everything good on the ground. The lineup and the tactics. And then the press conference afterwards. Because the man is out here talking about Estevayo. I look at Chelsea bringing on Estevayo. I'm looking at City doing this. Like, brother, what are we talking about? Have we ever seen nothing like this? Have we ever seen a manager spend this much money, break the transfer window, then complain about the squad? This is what I'm saying, This is what happens when you send your spoiled child to the shop with a blank check or to the mall with a blank check to go. This is what happens when you let kids do their own back-to-school shopping. Man will walk past all the bookstores, right? Won't buy a calculator. This is back in the day, right? Before all this stuff. Won't buy a calculator, won't buy a graph leaves, graph books, won't buy a line of paper, a compass, a protractor, none of that. Man will just go straight to the clothing store and buy a whole bunch of clothes and forget that he's going to school. But all these attackers attack, and say, oh, we'll worry about the rest of the team later. Like, what are we doing? This was bad. Poor management on all fronts. Now, let's be honest. LFC Monster, I'm going to call it like it is. He threw that game. He threw that damn game in the bin. You know how AJ was saying Arteta was going to throw the EFL Cup in the bin? Well, he hasn't yet. But he threw that. Slot threw that one. What was that, bro? At least put the big guns on the bench to bring them on and try to change the game or something. And we're going to keep it 100. Like, Palace did rotate a bit. Palace didn't start their strongest team. So Liverpool did rotate to their detriment, but Palace did rotate. Palace started Eddie Nketiah. Eddie is not their starting striker. There was no Adam Wharton, the steel man. Matter of fact, Adam Wharton didn't even play. Tyreek Mitchell, their starting fullback, he didn't play either. They started their backup goalkeeper as well. So there was some rotation, but what the hell was Slot doing? But you know what that tells me, though? That tells me that Slot having the gall and the balls to throw that game tells me that the ownership is okay with it. The ownership is okay with him saying, okay, you can put the kids out there. If you win the EFL Cup, fine. But we're not bothered about it. Because there's no way if he was under pressure to win this thing, he would have done that. However, what he has done is create a hell of a lot of pressure for himself, because all of a sudden, on Saturday or Sunday, whenever Liverpool plays, that game against Villa becomes a pressure cooker. Straight pressure cooker. Vibes Carter settings, where you know about pressure. And Villa is a good team. Villa can beat anyone. And this is not a reaction to their result last week against City. They have players. Unai Emery has some, he has some tricks in his bag. Big up to Claire. Claire Olise, you're far too kind. Thank you very much for the super sticker. Didn't have to do that, but it's greatly appreciated. Let us know what your thoughts are on anything that we're discussing. Anything football. Anything from the EFL Cup on down. Make sure you all tune in tomorrow for me and the Waffle Don. We will be back with our warm-up show. Lots to discuss. But listen, there's a new workout routine that people are going to the gym. Like the people who are actively in the gym, they work out a lot, right? There's you got leg day, back, arms, full body, except you have a Liverpool workout. It doesn't involve chest. There's no chest. The entire chest is gone, because there is not one Liverpool fan that can tell you with chest we're going to beat Villa. They are nervous, and rightfully so. The manager has put so many chinks in the armor that they can't say with any kind of chest that, you know what, on Saturday, on Sunday, match week 10, that we got something for Villa, or we got something for Madrid when Trent comes to town, or we got something for Man City before the international break. It could be long. It could be crazy for them. But listen, we're here for it. Another reason why we love football. It's so unpredictable, because just 1 month ago, we did not see any of this coming. Slot thinks he can throw the cup away after losing 4 on the bounce in the Prem. Yeah. So this tells me that he has the backing of the board for real. Because I didn't read anything into that Fabrizio tweet or reel that the other day Fabrizio posted something saying Arne Slot is the guy. They back him. They believe in him. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. That's all noise. That's usually what they say right before they sack a manager. That's right what they said before they sacked Ten Hag. That's right what Everton said before they sacked Marco Silva. That's what they said before they sacked Ollie. They always say that. Like, why need to say it? If you back the man, you just back him. There's no need to make a public statement to anyone. That is crazy. And this is even more crazier. Speaking of crazy, 6 losses for the first time in 122 years in Liverpool history. Jesus. Man. Like someone said, Bluebird said, Slot was he just microwaved Klopp's food last year. The meal was already cooked. He microwaved the food and served up a Premier League title. It was calm. It is calm. But it is long out here for him. If them 3 games couldn't come at a worse time. AJ is on to him, you know. Hey, make up my mod, AJ. Rasta Stocks link is in the chat, people. Rasta Stocks, massive Man United fan, man of accountability, man of principle. Show him some love on his channel. Big him up every single time. How does Slot play a very strong team versus Southampton and then sends out that team against Palace? That is weird, isn't it? That is weird. Because Isak started against Southampton, did he not? Yeah, Isak started. Ekitike came on. Yeah, I didn't. This is a great point, Wahaha. See, this is what, brother. See, this is what I mean when Wahaha contributes to the conversation, you know. Man of substance. I think I forgot that he put out a strong team because that game was closer than it should have been. That was the Ekitike take off the shirt, get myself suspended game, right? Isak started. So to start Isak and bring on an Ekitike against the championship side, and then start kids against Palace, a team that's beaten you home and away and at a neutral site this season now. Boogeyman. Palace is like, brother, that Sarr is a menace, and he's a thorn in Liverpool's team, you know, in their side. Because I think this is the same Sarr that played for Watford that beat Liverpool that year when they won the league. And they were damn near going to be invincible. True. Still has the last 16 better than the second round Northern section, despite having the same result and being knocked out. It is mad. Big up to Godfrey. Grizzlies winning. Yeah, close game. Yeah, 1 point game, was it not? Slow start for my Knicks. Slow start. We're 2-2 right now, but you know, got 78 more games. We're slowly building. It's gonna be a slow burn. Brother. Hey, I seen Mons is already slot out. That Cal from the Clappish, you know, Mr. 4. We're winning it all, isn't it? FSG. So the day I die. Them men are already slot out. Big Preach has backed himself into a corner, but it's only a matter of time before he is slot out. But brother, it's long. Yeah, he is the real one, man. LFC monster. Real one. That bench. May the pain continue as Rasta Stocks. Oh my days. Slot out. No, he's the Messiah. Brother. Nems is, I can't believe he has to go bury his head under a pillow now. Arteta tried to throw that League Cup in the bin. He got carried by Max and Ethan. Ethan was lively yesterday, was he not? No, what a kid, man. I was with what Hussam said. Slot got the next 4 games to massively improve, and he failed in the very next game, so it ain't looking good for him right now. LFC Monster hitting us with that politician answer, bro. Bro, you win or you out? Which is it? You slide in or you slide out? Not trying to box you in the corner, my bro. I understand. You have faith in him because you've seen it's very difficult to turn on someone when you see him deliver you a Premier League title. But now you fast forward 1 season and you realize, like, maybe I need to peel the onion back a little bit and analyze and look a bit more closely, because the Premier League title is so shiny, you can be blinded by it. You know, it's kind of like, you know, a big butt and a smile. It can fool you, and then you find out the personality is off, the hygiene is off, this is off. Drowning in debt is off. The pretty smile can fool you. The Premier League is shiny, you know. Then you look back at it and you be like, damn, we won the league on 84 points. The hell with 84 points. You could have won the league with 74 points last year. So it was a down year in the Prem. Now you look and then you fast forward and you be like, okay, 84 points will not win Liverpool the Premier League title this year. Now, do you trust that you can hit upper 80s, low 90s, dropping points to Brentford and dropping points to Villa and dropping points to Liverpool, Man United at home in that, and Palace away? It could be long. Claire, the real MVP. Big her up. Hope you are good. Big up LFC Monster doing his mod work. Big up, man. Big up. Let's see what LFC Monster's saying. No idea, to be honest. I would imagine Iraola would become one of the favorites with the bookies. Iraola or Glasner, no? I'm sure you would take Glasner. But I can't even be onto AJ right now because AJ predicted that they would lose 2-0. And it was 2-0 before the red card. But I did not see that, my bro. Far too kind. Far too kind, Claire. But thank you. Thank you for tuning in. I've never seen a football fans Liverpool fans leave the stadium that early, says Jack Lyon. Palace fans were singing, "Is there a fire drill? Is there a fire drill?" Like, brother, I didn't think I would see that. Not to a Premier League champion. If this was just a top 4 team, a competing Liverpool, but to a Premier League champion with the firepower that they just had, you throw a couple of them in there, mix with the kids. But what the hell did he think was going to happen starting kids against the bogey team? He thought the Anfield aura would carry him. Who on that team yesterday? That team sheet yesterday was good enough to carry Liverpool. McAllister, world-class McAllister, Endo, Chiesa, Kirkes. That's long. Yes. Yes, LFC Monster. Great, man. Big up. Yeah, he looked like he was gunning for that hat trick for real, you know. He won't be a Crystal Palace for much longer. Yeah, he is I can see him. I'm trying to think what team would bet. What team needs a creative workhorse? Yeah, that's what I call him. You know, that boy can sit like a 6. He can box to box like an 8, and he can create like a 10. And he can score. He can finish. I fancy what Haha would have him at United. Get rid of Bruno, get Sarr, yeah? I think he could do well for a top team. Obviously, once he becomes available, United and Chelsea will be inevitably linked to him because Chelsea are linked to everybody. What you're seeing is a manager under a lot of pressure with these decisions he's making. What he is saying now is a good chance he's gone too far to bring it back. Yeah. If the toothpaste is out the tube, can't put it back in. It's too far gone. If he loses the dressing room, because if the players are looking around like Wahaha said, how you play the big boys to get us this far in the competition just to play the kids and throw us out of it? You know, because they get to the second round or whichever round we're in now. Big up Nito, love bro. You get to the whatever round we're in now. We look at it, they would have been drawn to us. It would have been Arsenal Palace, right? But now the draw in the quarterfinals has set up for all the big clubs to go through. I think we have the toughest draw because we drew Palace. Not going to be the thing that we just did to them at the Emirates. It's going to be a different game. Massively different game. I wanted Cardiff. Chelsea, for all intents and purposes, Chelsea are in the quarters. You expect City to beat Brentford. And I also expect Newcastle to beat Fulham. So, the luck of the draw isn't with us this time because we have Palace, a motivated Palace team. Like, bro, you can go to Anfield and win. You can do that to Liverpool, Community Shield, Premier League, EFL Cup. They won't be scared of us. Ethan had quite a few really bad passes in the midfield. One or two even led to dangerous counters in the first half, and there's the reason, or excuse if you like, Arteta not to play him. So this is the thing. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with my attacking 10 giving the ball away in an attempt to break the lines. One of the reasons why he loves Odegaard, because Odegaard doesn't do that as much, because Odegaard is always making safe passes. Back pass, keep things sticking. That doesn't do anything. Now, if my center back is giving the ball away, or my goalkeeper is giving the ball away, then I'm worried. But when the guy who is in charge of breaking the lines, he's going to give the ball away. So for every 10 times that he tries to break the line, the pass might go through 5 of the 10 times. Out of the 5 of the 10 times that it goes through, it creates 3 big chances. Out of the 3 big chances, 1 or 2 goals come out of it. I'm okay with that. You play the numbers. But there is no attacking 10 in the world. That's why people hate Bruno so much, because he overcommits with the volume of crazy passes that he makes and gives the ball away. But I'm okay with my attacking 10, my cam, trying to break the lines. And inevitably, you will turn the ball over when you play that position in it. Still slot in for now. I'm old school. I respect what people have achieved. Big up for that. They deserve a chance to turn it around. But at one point, when is enough? And that will be after the City game for me. Now, I have said, even though it's early, I do believe if you men lose the next 2, yeah, I'm counting you out. I don't. You lose the next 2, you have 27 games remaining. You've already lost 6 games. I don't see a world where you go those 26 games and don't lose 2 or 3 more. Losing 2 or 3 more on top of 6 puts you at 8 to 9 Premier League. Nah, you can't win this league losing 8 or 9 games. You can't. The numbers just doesn't support it. Over the past 9 years, so to speak. Slap up the likes, people. Big up to Mido, Ball Chat FC, another massive United fan, man of accountability, man of principle. Boy 10 says, Liverpool are finished. It's over. It's over now. I should have had that 112 clip loaded up. Slot is my gaffer. Emptied Anfield. Prem champs, Liverpool have been finished. The Curtis. So this is was it last year? Was it the 23-24 season when Liverpool were flying high? Then they went to Old Trafford for the FA Cup. Was it the FA Cup when Ahmad and Garnacho knocked them out? And that completely railroaded Liverpool season. Remember them ones? United have had, and Mito has been in here before saying, hey, we love to crash a party. They did crash the party. Because I do believe if Liverpool have turned United over, you would see they would have a different bounce about them. But when you lose to your fiercest rivals for the first time in 9 years at your own gaff, and then you go on a skit, it doesn't get any easier. Villa will be a tough game. The same way I feel about the Villa versus Liverpool game is how I feel about how I was nervous about Brighton yesterday. And like what Haha said, they had chances yesterday. We could have been 2-0 down in the first 20 minutes. Big up to Gooner SE. Big up, my brother. Hope you're good. Lajan in charge. Mex. Can we use money for nothing? Hey, Sar and Eze. Yeah, bye-bye, Martin. We could do a player swap. We could send them Odegaard and take Eze and take Sar. Him and Eze linking up. Then you're gonna hear fans call for, hey, bring Mateta as well. I heard from Darren yesterday. Not today though, but I did hear from him yesterday. And as of yesterday, he was good. I'm sure he'll check in with us soon. Slot rested all our big players, yet both our left backs. So confusing last night. That Nalo guy, 2 games, 2 red cards. Yeah, I feel for him. This can destroy a young kid, This is when his support structure around him really needs to hone in and be like, hey, you're going to be fine, lad. Just put your head down and keep working. Get better, because you can't get any worse. You made a debut at Anfield last night in the EFL. Not many people can say they do that. You have to look for that silver lining. in the cloud, but this could ruin them for real, for real. There was a Laffy Taffy gun on the bench. Wow, you're all smoke, you know. I didn't realize how the Chelsea game went down early, throwing it away. That the lap red card, what? It right up. Red card FC, you know. Yeah. I wonder what the odds are for their next game when the bookies are going to say, hey, you got Tottenham at the weekend. Over or under? One red card or two for Chelsea. The assembly said, to be fair, that's what Liverpool needed, a revamp when Klopp left. Slot flogged the dead horse and got a heartbeat, and the rest of the division was lacking consistency. Fair. The experience in the squad got them through. Premier League champs, experienced, world-class players got them through. I'm here. Please hit the like, people, if you haven't already. Really helps me out. Says AJ, Mahmoud. Pick up Anfield the Red in the building as well. He too predicted that they would lose, and I didn't believe him. I did not believe him. I actually thought Liverpool would win the game. But like I said, maybe I need to start listening when they speak on their team because they know them better than I do, even though I consume a hell of a lot of football. I agree. You have to try those passes. Like Kamada played that pass into Sarr for Palace's second goal. Proper reminded me of how Carrick used to break the lines for my team. Deep line playmaking. It's so underrated in football. You know, and Ethan did create a chance for Marino that he kicked out skied it. But, Sweet Prince, Calafiori, galloping through the midfield all over the place. Big up to Kwaja, man. Was it Klopp squad or our inability to hold leads that motivated them to win the title? Gunnar Essie, I think Liverpool had a certain level of comfort knowing that it was us chasing them instead of Man City. I think if it was Man City chasing them, you would have seen a different Liverpool. You wouldn't have seen them drop points to Villa and Everton, those late game equalizers and that. But because they knew there was a certain buffer between us and them. Because every time they would drop points, we would drop points. They haven't seen us put, 10, 12, 13 Premier League wins together. They've seen us going on a 10 game unbeaten streak, but quite a few of those a lot of draws were mixed in there. Talking about W's on the board. If City was chasing them, I think it would have been a different. Not saying they wouldn't have won it, but there might have been a little bit of more squeaky bummy time for them. But yeah, our inability to keep leads, dropping 21 points from winning positions. So when people tell me that we blame it was injury-riddled season last year, yes, we had injuries. But those injuries didn't keep us from getting ahead in these games. And then we dropped all those points. So yeah, it doesn't hold a lot of water. It doesn't run. We were ahead in those games. Quite a few of them were at home as well. Villa 2-0 up at home. Got to win that game. Brighton at home leading. You have to win that game. Darren, can I please ask what you make of the number 71 for us last night? Because honestly, never heard of him. Yeah, I've heard of him once, but it was just a touch and go. Harriman. I think this was just Arteta flexing. Because that back five that he played was what I thought he would have played against Port Vale, an entire back five rotation to flex. Look how deep the squad is that I've built. And I really, because Saliba had rolled his ankle at Anfield and needed more minutes after he got back fit, is why he played. So that back five, the Port Vale midfield, with Eze and Marino starting, that's what I figured he would have done. But yeah, the kid, he's raw, seems like he has talent. Unlucky that he didn't score. But, Saka was there to clean up the mess. In my opinion, big up me those. In my opinion, Slack committed suicide with that lineup. Right. Yeah, the lineup. That even if you're going to do that lineup, have your bench ready. It's like he feared that if he put out a strong lineup and still lost, then he wouldn't have an excuse. So he played the kids. But this is what I'm saying. It creates so much pressure at the weekend because now you have to play your big guns at the weekend. And if you lose that, you can't blame this on long throws. Villa don't do that. You can't blame this on we can't press you because the ball is always in the air. Villa don't do that. Villa can sit back. Villa can give you some variety. They can sit back when they need to when they score early like they did against Man City. Or they can take the game to you when they need. Jadon Sancho, could you rise? No seniors on the bench, sending the kids out to swim with no floats. Liverpool fans are not stupid. They walked out. Imagine that. They looked at it. Now, obviously, I didn't get to watch that game. So when the game was open, he went over to clap the fans. Was there a reaction? Did they boo? I don't think Slot understands the club culture at Liverpool. Well, he better fix up quick. He needs to fix up quick. What is Ten Hag's brother doing? He's a clean-shaven Ten Hag, you know. I'm still very happy to be in the position that United. Oh yeah, LFC monster has to get a dig at United. I don't understand that Slot more. Yeah, he completely fucked it yesterday. Hadfield Red. I don't know what he was on, but yesterday he made people who were borderline on defense switch, and he made people who are staunch defenders of him even more upset. They are pissed. Like, bro, you're making it difficult for us to defend you. Like, what are you doing? 22, you locked in. Big up. Appreciate you. Always do. LFC Monster, what's your Liverpool combined 11? Villa based on available players. Oh shit, that's a good one. I'll leave Anfield the red at that. Massive game. The pressure is ramped up. Because here's the thing, right? Right now we are what? 7 points clear of Liverpool, yeah? We are 7 points clear of Liverpool. And I think on Saturday, we play first. We play before them. So when Liverpool walk out on Saturday, they could look at the Premier League table and Arsenal are 10 points clear. If they lose that, and to see a 10-point gap after 10 matches played, heads drop. The belief is gone. I'm not writing them off yet. I'll wait until another one, because I said the next two. Because even that match week, we play first. The weekend when they have City. They have City, we have Sunderland. And should we win that, just best case / worst case scenario, we're doing it both extremes. Should we win that, at the time of them walking out, they could find themselves 13 points behind us after 11 weeks clear. So Liverpool are dogs, they bite, but they're not hunters. Because Liverpool won't hunt. Liverpool start strong, finish strong when they win the league. If there's a chase, I don't trust them to chase us down. City is the one that I fear to chase us. Man, it's fully slot out. Can't blame him after those results yesterday. I can't lie. Paqueta gonna put up. Hey, Paqueta. Speaking of Paqueta, did Man City completely let this betting thing let them completely pull away from? Yes, they did, because they went inside Cherky and Marmouche in that. Yeah, and even then, that was almost feels like it's about 2 years now, and them damn 115 charges verdicts still haven't hit. And they said November, so next month we should hear something about them 115. Should we not? Or do they think they can just kick this can down the road and the people eventually just forget and be like, took you long enough. I took so long we don't even care anymore. That might be the strategy of the Man City's lawyers, just delay this thing as long as you possibly can till no one cares anymore, and then it just goes away. We might play with 2 attacking midfielders against Burnley. Hopefully, Ethan. We won't do that. We will not do that. He will. I would like to see Declan get a rest against Burnley, because he has to play against Slavia Prague. Zubimendi is suspended. Yellow card accumulation. So I would like to see. Yeah, I actually like that shot, Claire. Yeah, rest Declan. You keep the option to bring him on like you did yesterday. However, you play Zubimendi, play Ethan, and yeah, I'm calm with that, because we're gonna have the ball, a lot of it, at Turf Moor. Ethan, Ezde, Zubimendi, Mascara comes in for Saliba. Calm. Yeah. Saka, Gyökeres. Then, left wing is whoever at this point. Trossard, Martinelli is just whoever. Whoever suits that game. Also, Slots post-game comments are nothing short of a disgrace. Words to the job. A disgrace. A disgrace. Brother. Man is talking about Esteval and City. Brother, with the transfer window you had. You can't read the room. No, but is it a Dutch thing? Because they do say that Dutch people are very direct and whatever. Like, bro, you have to read the room. Because there was some, I was listening to those comments, and it seems like there was some awkward silence in the room. Like the reporter was saying, "Did he just say what we think he just said? Did he just spend 450 million pounds on a title-winning team and just said he hasn't had enough?" This is what happens when you give the kids their go do your own back-to-school shopping. They go buy dumb shit. I know because I've done it. Aaron Potter in. Big up to my bro, the Oregon Goon. Yeah, what you saying? Oh shit, man. So I don't know. Liverpool. So I'll probably go Emmy Martinez, Luka Dean, left back, Virgil, Virgil, and what's his name? Virgil Kwanzaa, what's his name? Virgil and Kwanzaa center back. Matty Cash at right back. Midfield, I'll probably go Sabozlai, Morgan Rogers, Gravenberch. Right. Based on form now, it's gonna be McGinn right wing, Eketike striker, and Gakpo. Something along those lines. Yeah, I'm interested to see what the Liverpool fans would say about it. But yeah, Salah doesn't get into that combined 11 based on form. Grava, Sobozo, and yeah, I think that would work. Yeah, either slot is trying to focus on other comps. If he thinks everything is too much right now, or he's throwing a tantrum, which is very fraudulent behavior after all that spending. So eloquently said. Sometimes I believe that English might be Wahaha's first language. This brother makes just some eloquent points. He's better English than I do. Big up to Wahaha. I would be shocked if Rice and Zubimendi aren't back in. He has to rest Declan, man. You can't have Declan pull up against Palace with a muscle injury, then you rest him for this. Then you bring him on. Okay, he looks good, but brother, don't ride your luck too far. You have to play him 90 minutes. Don't have to. Be prepared to play him 90 minutes versus Slavia Prague on Tuesday or Wednesday. Just calm it down a bit. Prevention is better than cure, they say. Big up to the assembled, giving out some daps. So we're on 19 likes. Love people. Get to 20 would be great. That's usually my daily target. LFC Monster says, only Liverpool players I would put in is Eketike, Grava, and the rest of Villa players. Maybe Marmadashvili, but I don't know how the Villa keeper. But I think Martinez he's kept him in a lot of games as of late. Villa started slow, Villa was winless up until September 27th. They haven't lost since. They've reeled off a couple of wins. I am worried about the Sancho situation being subbed on and subbed off. His head gonna drop, or he's gonna be motivated to play against Liverpool on the weekend. Let's see. Quaja says Martinez, Cash, Kwanzaa, Van Dijk. Yep. Evan Birch, McAllister. Oh, what? Oh, except for Salah. His form is just 2-4 right now. That's not a bad shot. I don't ever remember Liverpool fans walking off before. Yeah, it's telling. So now you see the pressure. Because last year we admit that, hey, last year was a free hit for you. No one would cry if Liverpool finished third last year and went trophyless. No one would. No one would cry if they finished third, fourth, and won the Carabao. Because the Carabao was the thing. It's important. They won it in 2024 when they won it. They rubbed it in everyone's faces. We beat Chelsea with kids. We beat Chelsea with kids. Remember that one? So it is an important cup for them. But yeah, it's mad. Now, yeah, I went 40 minutes on Liverpool. Now we can talk about the Arsenal. Just for the Arsenal playing at home at the Emirates. Now, I'll say when people talk about the squad, Yesterday, they can look at that game and say, look, people, you rotated an entire back five, goalkeeper, four defenders, right? And while you're 1-0 up, you're able to bring on a Gabriel, one of the best center backs in the world. You're able to bring on Saka. You're able to bring on who else came on yesterday? Fucking to be able to Declan, Saka, Gabriel. To be able to make those subs when you're 1-0 up in a Premier League game after rotating your entire back five is a rich position to operate from. Right? The first goal was a good goal. As they with the quick feet and the quick pass into Marino with the back pass. The back pass is gonna get, all the highlights because it looks flary and that looks like Arsenal of old and that. But that was a great team goal made in the academy. Well placed shot by Ethan. And that's the beauty of a well-placed shot, When it's well-placed, it doesn't need a lot of power. Because it was a tame shot, but it was just so well put. People couldn't get to it. I agree. He's clear. Yep. He's clear. I think Mamadashvili is okay, but he is not Addison. Yeah, he has been shit, to be fair. Oh, Jesus Christ. Anfield the red at minute 42. I'm clocking this up at 8-1. Oh, my days. What the fuck is going on here, man? Hey, Onslaught, you see what you have done? You see what you have done to the Liverpool faithful. The next 3 games. 8-1, 12-0. 9-1. Now, I will say the Madrid game, if I'm a Liverpool fan, I am worried. Mbappe, remember the last time he came to Anfield, that man was talking about Connor Bradley locked him up off one tackle. Brother. Vinny owes. Vinny didn't play that game. People forget that Vinny was out that game that Liverpool won in the Champions League last time around at Liverpool, Madrid. Vinny was out. Mbappe had to drift wide and had dual hats, right wing duties / striker duties. This game, both of them will be there, motivated. Listen, it could be long. Kirkes. Oh shit. Woo. If now City, Liverpool can get up for that game. You know how it is. Villa, you never know what you're gonna get. Villa has some great performances in them, but they can drop a dud. If I'm a Liverpool, I am worried about their Real Madrid game. Not gonna lie. If Palace can do that to you, it could be long. But 2-1 Villa. The football world needs that. The algorithm needs that. But I'll save the predictions for tomorrow, the warm-up with me and the Waffle Don. Make sure that you are tuned in for that, people. It's grim times when you put Marlon in over Salah. But this is the thing, though. I've said it. This is the most Salah that FSG thought they would have got last year. Yeah, they're serious, people. They thought he would have fell off a cliff this year. That's why they didn't pay him. That's why they let his contract went down. But he bet on himself. Good to him. Well done to him and his family. But now, that's a half a step slower. Yeah, you just can't get that back once you lose it. Liverpool are not beating Villa. I don't even think they can get a draw. Listen, this would have been a mad statement to start the season, Start the season like this, you're like, brother, there's no way. No way they're losing to Villa at Anfield. Yeah. Now, I understand. At least the Villa game and the Real Madrid game are at home. So those are the ones that they must win, innit? Because City, they can't afford to fall any further down the table. And that's a home game for City. City don't want to go to Anfield and have to win later on in the season when Liverpool may be getting their shit together, or they may have a new manager on a new manager bounce type thing. So City has to win that game. It's long for Liverpool. But after the City game, they do have a good run of form. do some favorable fixtures. Let me say that. Right after the City game, they have Forest at home, PSV at home, West Ham away, Sunderland at home, Leeds away, Inter away. Some winnable games in there. Um, Martinez still makes as many mistakes as the rest of them, but I've not watched him this season to know his form. He makes some big saves, man. Big saves. Uh, big up to the chatters. Big up to Dow. Hope you're good, bro. Big Sam, Irish slot. Hey, I like that one. Spurs have got a stretch of games that could see them on a losing streak. But if they're within 5 points of us after those fixtures, they are contenders. Not really. I think they lose this weekend at Chelsea. One, it's a home game. Yeah. It's a home game, and they're shit at home. They're a great road record, but at home, they're shit. What does that tell you? If a team is really good away from home and their form at home is absolutely terrible, it tells me that they are more of a counter-attacking side. It means that at home, where the onus is on you to actually play football and break a team down, they can't do it. But at home, they can away from home, they can afford to absorb pressure, play some counter-attacking, because counter-attacking football requires only 3 good passes and you're through. When a team is behind the ball, 3 passes won't get you 2 unless you go over the top. And they don't have players to play the ball over the top to. Richarlison, and Chelsea's been whipping on these boys for the long. The way Chelsea be beating up on fucking, it's not even a fair fight. The way Chelsea be beating up on Spurs. But I think United has Spurs in the next couple of fixtures as well. Big up to Claire, still in the house. I'm in love. Manners and respect. Yeah, I think he starts Declan. I think he does. I think he starts both of them. But then we'll see Declan pull up, with an injury, and then people will still say it's not his fault when he gets injured. Let's rest him, bro. It's Burnley. I know they gave Liverpool a tough game at home. I mean, tough game away. But we look at Liverpool now and realize it wasn't so tough, was it? But just rest him. Don't need 2 DMs against Burnley, even though it's away. Not when you have that defense. Come on. When was the last time we conceded a goal? Shit. Look. The last time Arsenal Football Club conceded a goal. Goddamn, I'm seeing the dry cleaning bill is high. I'm just seeing clean sheet. Man City, no, the Newcastle game. September. Last time we conceded was September 28th. The Nick Waltamade. And again, over Salah. What a time to be alive. He's done. He's done. If I was an Arsenal fan, I'd very much prefer Ethan to play instead of Zubomendi too. If Zubomendi doesn't play, then Declan is going to play. But I need Declan rested for the Slavia Prague game. Because we win that on 12 points, then we can then afford to draw the Bayern Munich game. Top 8, 16 points, you should be comfortably through. Yep. We're going on form. A combined 11 is not based on legacy, it's based on form. The manager would probably drop Salah. The last game that they won is when they dropped him. Was your new picture AI about Arteta? I couldn't understand. Who has a picture of it? Oh yeah, Igal is famous deluded YouTuber. AI to have an Arteta cut. Yeah, I was. You know what? I just can't. I can't with it. That man take all the joy out of being on top of the table and actually winning and doing well. Because it can't just be that. You can't just be, we're good right now. The defense is so robust, we're not conceding. They just have to go, we're the best in the world. Arteta is the best manager in the world. Based on what? Just stop it, man. They take all that. You don't want to know him, player. He's a lunatic. Is a He's a YouTuber that does football. He's not a footballer that does YouTube. And there is a difference, yeah? Just like drinkers know there's a difference between rum and Coke and rum. It's the exact same. There's a difference between a footballer or a footballing person, a footballing fan, football connoisseur who does YouTube, or a YouTuber that does football. There's a difference there. You know. For the record, I said Ethan was clear of this. You know what? Buyer's remorse. I think Onslaught is having buyer remorse with Verse, and here's why. He had his best game against Frankfurt, and the very next game he drops him. So even Onslaught, he's looking at that Frankfurt game and be like, nah, the level of these Frankfurt men are so bad that I can't trust that performance that you delivered at the Deutsche Bank Park. So the next game he drops him. Because if you have someone that's struggling and then they come into form, it doesn't matter what game. You would think you would, hey, next game you start to keep that form going. You're confident now. Drops him. Very next game. So even the manager is realizing, like, yeah, I don't trust this guy. And is he going to trust him against the midfield of Kamara and Onana? Big man. Yes, we made it. Big up, man. Big up to the assembled. You can tell Igal is just waiting to burst and saying, I told you everyone. He told DJB he's on fraud watch. The arrogance of this guy. And you know what's crazy, LFC Monster? Even if Arteta goes on to win this league, them man will be more obsessed with saying, I told you so, this, and that, more than actually celebrating the title. Because that's what the fuck I'm going to do if we win. Because at no point over last year, 23-24, 22-23, all the seasons that we were epic failures, did any of us go over there and be like, we were right, apologize to us? And we could go back to beyond the title charges, because these men would have you believe that Arteta just started managing Arsenal in 22-23 and just immediately went on title charges. They will completely forget that the 2021-22 season, when we finished 5th and bottled top for the Tottenham, they will forget the season before that, the 2021 season, when he completely took us out of Europe and finished 8th with no trophy. The only time they will throw that period in there is when they have to throw the FA Cup in there to remind people that he's won something, because it's been so long. Poor Rage Bait. Couldn't have said it any better. When is he back? Addison is back next month, isn't it? I think he's back up to the internationals. I saw that, says the assembled. Pointless having him on, but see, Dan Potts is a full-time YouTuber, so he needs these types of shows. So, and if you look at the numbers on the smaller channels, like YouTube is on the purse thing right now, my views are terrible. My watch hours are still good, because the people who do watch, and big up to every single one of you who come over and watch, the analytics says it doesn't get out to as many people anymore, but the people who do watch stay. But Dan Potts has a show to run, and he can't just bring on this guy and that guy. So he creates this dynamic where that happens, and it's good for views and it's good for click. It works. YouTube loves that. People like drama. The only reason why Egal and these men are invited onto these shows is because they say shit like that. So, the bigger channels, if you look at the Terrace, Terry Flores doesn't even do content anymore. He just takes smaller channels of the crazies, then he does his little monologue, brings them from backstage and let them fight. And his views are fantastic, but he doesn't have to do content. He has worked himself up to a point where he doesn't have to do any of that. It's like a king in the pawns. So Potts brings on, it's crazy when D from Fan Zone is starting to sound like one of us. Sound like he's negative. That's how far he got at Stricto of going on the other side. You would think that we have already won the league, people, where these men are going. You wouldn't look at the Premier League table and think we have 87 points to play for. 29 games left. That's 87 points to play for, and these men are acting like, and they're declaring victory in October. Like, what are we doing? He who can't hear that will feel is a phrase specifically made for Arsenal fans. because they're doing it again, talking about this feels different. No, the hell it doesn't. It does not feel different. It feels the same to me. The only thing different is we got man like Positive Dan, who was just out here spewing fuckery. Best manager, best squad in Europe. Christian, best squad, best manager. Everything has to be the best. If you call yourself Positive Dan, by default, I can't take you seriously, right? Because you're gonna spin everything. You're not gonna be objective, right? That guy could literally get AIDS, and he'll be like, "Well, shit, at least it's not cancer." Try to put a positive, brother, you got AIDS. What are we doing? But if you go on AFTV after that loss and just scroll on the videos, the most recent videos that have been uploaded, and just look at the title, it makes you want to vomit. The shit that's the title of the videos and the shit that they're saying. You know? Smash the like for the downfall. Liverpool downfall chat. You see, LFC Monster is a G, man. It's a G. I'll stick to the few streamers that I like. BBK has pretty fair analysis too. Claire, far too kind. You are far too kind. And look at this guy. When he's not trolling me, he's saying that I'm all right. I'm cool, man. I'm cool. When you come to the Emirates, we'll be enemies again, yeah? But I'm bigging you up for doing what you did at Anfield, even though you didn't believe that you could beat Sunderland. Big up to Jason Guna, the bro. Big up to you, brother. I hope so. You're good. The assembled, you can see the arrogance dropping off him. He feels, I can say, I told you so after trying 6 years. It's, and not once. And even if he does go on to win it, it's 1 in 7. You know, we can be like, bro, like, how dare we demand that we win things at Arsenal when we claim to be bigger than this club and that club? It's mad, isn't it? It's like Slot doesn't know that he has created a negative atmosphere at Anfield, and the team smells blood coming for you from the start. Now, listen, if they lose to Villa, if Villa delivers a Palace at Anfield, he might not make it to the City game or the Real Madrid game. They could pull the plug. Like, man, it could get real toxic. Because I think Liverpool fans could live with a Real Madrid loss. I mean, Real Madrid came there and beat Liverpool 5-2, if I'm not mistaken, when Klopp was there. Liverpool can live with a loss to Real Madrid. Biggest club in the world. Some of the best attacking players in the world. But if you get punched up at home and then don't respond against a Villa side, because here's the thing, people. Villa was winless up until September 27th. If Villa win this game, they go above Liverpool. Fans will be in that stadium looking at that table should that happen. And I think it will get toxic. It is 8 games in the season. Yeah, it's 8 games. Well, you get 7. It's 8. You play 7 matches. Is it 7 or 8? I don't. Top 8. Top 8 goes through without playoff. Yeah. 9 through 20 something, 9 through 24 goes in a 16-team playoff for the final 8 spots. Starting 11 for Burnley: Raya, Timber, Mascara, Gabriel. Captain, I see what you did there. Calafiori, MLS, Zubimendi, Eze. Nah, it won't. MLS won't start. MLS and Calafiori will not start the pitch. Start together. It will be Zubimendi, Rice, Eze. Again, I would be shocked, and I would actually like to see Eze, Ethan, Zubimendi, and the rest of that. I'm fine with. Big up to Hendo. Hope you are good. Big up to you, bro. I will go check that out. Wahaha. I'm gonna take a look at it. I am the same, very irritating as this football knowledge is minuscule. I've forgotten more than he knows. There it is. And so has DJB. And Kenny Ken is on that panel. Kenny Ken is like a Guna encyclopedia, you know? And he talks more than Kenny Ken. You know, like make it make sense. When Kenny Ken is like, sits there for 35 minutes and just be quiet. No, at some point, even if you go in the comment section, you see people are not getting onto pots and be like, bro, I'm gonna stop watching if you don't, because you're letting Egal talk more than. But Egal brings views, he brings clicks. Dan Potts is a full-time YouTuber. He doesn't work anymore. So this pays his bills. So he has to do what he has to do. Take that for what it's worth. That's one of the things that you lose when you go from a small channel to a big channel. Because if Dan Potts is live right now, you go over there, your comments are flying off the screen. No one will read them. Even your super chats don't get read to the relevant conversation. It just flies off the screen because you got 40,000, when you got 2,000 people in there. I do want the channel to go, but when in the event that this channel gets, I will really miss these type of streams, and that's when. And I'll probably do more member streams. And speaking of member streams, I'm doing one next international break, doing one, and it'll be everything but football. Okay? You get to ask BBK everything you want, Q&A, whatever, war stories, living here, give it whatever. An open book. That's what it's on. The only changes I would make: Saka left wing, Ethan right wing. I'm calm with that. Because there seems to be this restriction that Arteta sets up. He has to be a left-sided center back, a left-footed and a right-footed center back. And the hell with all that. The hell with all of that. We saw him play two left-footed wingers yesterday. Ethan left foot, Diamond right foot as they on the pitch with them. So when Nunny gets back, whichever wing he wants to play him on, play him. The left-footed madness is just craziness. If somehow balls it, surely Egal and Positive Dan will finally be like, nope, they won't. What they'll say is, AJ, you want to know something? Next season, you give Mikel a left winger like Semenyo, and he win the league. That's what he'll say. They'll move the goalpost. They'll move it down the street. Yeah. I won't even have it because it's easy to move the goalpost now. They got wheels on it, right? You just tilt and just roll that motherfucker. Or just roll it away from accountability. There's always the excuse express will find one. But yeah, brother, that's what you can't just put a positive. No normal person is one thing. Even in politics, when someone just wrap themselves over here and say, hey, I'm a conservative, so all these conservative beliefs I'm going to fall in. Or I'm a liberal over here, all these liberal beliefs I'm going to fall in. Nah, listen to the issue. Then formulate your opinion. Gather the facts. Right? I'm a fiscal conservative. I'm very conservative with my money. Live and let live. But there's shit that I'm very liberal about. I don't care about none of that shit. No. So when I'm positive, I'm going to be positive about anything. The house could be on fire. Going to be positive. Well, at least it's not an earthquake. Come on. Can't just do the lunacy. And feel the red hate slot. That has completely pissed this man off. There you go. The Assemble says, do you think Salah is an issue at Liverpool? He shouldn't be in the team. Given his form for the season so far, seems to have preferential treatment. That happens. So what we're seeing with Mo Salah is kind of like Kobe Bryant at the Lakers at the end of his career, where they rewarded him for his past performances and gave him a massive contract extension that completely crippled the team. And the Lakers paid for that for like 3-4 years with shit seasons. Because when you pay a 32, 33-year-old, you're paying them for their past performances, not future. Hey, I'm thanking you. I'm thanking you for what you did. Yeah? That's not good. FSG, Fenway Sports Group, who owned the Boston Red Sox, who are the biggest rivals to my New York Yankees. I know how these men work. They did not want to pay him that money. But last year when he bet on himself and he was so good, they had to pay him. And Van Dijk was so good, they had to pay him too. And they're fan favorites. So they had to pay them, and those contracts are going to cripple them. It's going to cost them. That was the ultimate must for Arsenal to capitalize on this. Because if we don't, And I'm not even gonna say I'm gonna go over there and troll them, man, that we lost, because I'll be too upset that we didn't win the league title to even care what the Eagles on the positive dance are spinning. I let them do that, you know. But come on, Claire. Listen, people, we have to give Claire a massive round of applause. 5 new memberships. Sweet baby Jesus. Woo. Sweet baby Jesus. Thank you, ma'am. Like I said, you are far too kind. Member stream loading, international break, people. We'll get real up close and personal with BBK. We'll do that. I owe it to you guys for the support that you've given me. Big up. Big up, Claire. We are winning the league, lads. Hey, boy, Ted, you need to type this in all caps, bro. What are you doing? Where's the chest? Where's the chest, bro? Are you a Liverpool fan? Did your chest go? You have to put that in all caps if you're going to make such statements. Question, do you find it a coincidence that one set of players goes down with an injury, another set of players return from injury with the eyes? Or is it just me because we never have a fully fit squad? Never. It seems it's like, damn, oh, Nani. Even players that never really get injured. You know, like that. It is a weird one. But if we get to January without an injury crisis and all these guys get back and we get guys fully fit for the run-in, then we can do the boy 10. We can do the boy 10 thing. Yes, all caps. Oh, shit, don't do that. Why you do the, man? Why you do the quad, man? Why you let me put that on the screen? You know the Q word angers the football gods. Oh, boy, 10. That angers the football gods, my friend. The Q word. Jesus. I just don't like the little star by my name. So have these for others. Oh, Lord. Come on, Claire. W's for Claire. I'm eating, brother. I can't be bothered. I just want to bring up, man, the chest. I'm going to tell you what can be in all caps, though. Jesus. All right, man. All right. I'm going to put it on the screen in the name of Boy 10. You took the time to type it. I got to take the time to acknowledge you, my friend. But that's a massive amount of chest, you know. Big up to Goonerican TV. Did I skip a comment from Goonerican TV? Goonerican, I am not seeing your comment. If you are tapping in the chat, I do not see a comment from you, my friend. But I see you getting a thumbs up from the assembled. So I don't know. StreamYard does this sometimes. But big up to Cape. KP, you see what you see? The fans are believing. We got the quad winning squad. Oh my days. Love, Claire. Far too kind. So appreciate you checking in. They lucky that Club World Cup cycle is over, because I would be saying we're gonna win. Geez, oh damn, boy 10 is on smoke, you know. If it never seems to happen, yeah, it's quite a few. Yeah, man, light work yesterday. I had us winning, but Brighton had chances. You know, Brighton could have been 2-0 up in the. You know what I'm saying? And I was in your chat, and I said, you know, if we out here keeping clean sheets with our second unit, we turn up to Turf Moor, we score 1 goal, we win the game. At this point, the way our defense is stifling teams, a 1-0 win, we put 1 goal on the board. It's like a convincing win at this point. But we're not even conceding shots. Like, what are we doing? How do we go through the entire month and not concede a goal? This is crazy form from the boys. And if there are a bunch that love each other and love to play this type of football and decide, hey, the next time we concede, Whoever's at fault for the goal, not that we're going to blame, whoever's at fault for the goal has to buy the rounds. Has to run a couple of laps. Yeah, big up to Claire. Take a moment to think of poor Nems. Yeah, we started the stream with the Nems cooking. And until Liverpool, listen, Nems should grow his hair. Nems should grow his hair and not allowed to cut it until Liverpool win 5 games in a row. That's what we're challenging Nems with. Nems, 5 matches in Liverpool, 5 wins, all comps. Doesn't have to be Prem. We're going to make it easy for you, or easier for you. You will not cut your damn hair until Liverpool, that you switch to, win 5 matches in a row. Challenge accepted. I know you will hear this. Someone clip this up and send it to him. I'm happy everyone is joining me on the positive run. It is my dream to see us all Gooners win me this Carabao. You know how I feel about this Carabao, KP. I know you want the Carabao too, but I know you're heavy on the Prem, and I know you're heavy on the Champs. But he wins me this Carabao. You will see me. You will not see me in my hoodies on stream anymore. The kids are coming out. The kids are coming out. The shades, the music. I will sing North London forever. I'll go find the word somewhere. I feel Nara from Nems. He was, and I'm sure he is a nice lad, but he lied. And he switched. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Hope your day is going by sweet. Yeah, man, we're looking forward to Burnley. It's one of them ones. You would have the European Super Cup to add to that list. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. Boy 10 isn't. Let me give Boy 10 his flowers real quick. Yeah, Boy 10 isn't a recent confident or a recent guy who's showing chest because we're winning games. Boy 10 was like this in the summer. Boy 10 has been confident, been showing chest, and has been believing since the summer. So big him up. Not there yet. I'm reserves, but win me this Carabao. Because if I ask the question, what team that's remaining in the EFL Cup that we can't beat? I know we have the toughest of the draw with Palace. Yeah, not gonna lie. I think Chelsea can start their B team, C team, and beat Cardiff. I expect City to beat Brentford at home. And maybe Fulham can upset Newcastle, but it's at St. James Park, and I wouldn't bet on it. But what team in here we can't beat? I think we can beat everyone in here. This is a good chance to win this cup. I want it. I need this cup. We're top of the league, but I don't even think we've hit form yet. Yeah, we haven't hit, our top performances. But I think our defense is as good as it's going to get. I'm thinking you don't concede a goal for an entire month in all comps is massive. Your defensive form can get better than that. If it gets better than that, then we are breaking the Chelsea record. I just need the attack to catch up to the defense. That's a clear addition at the membership. Yeah, big up, Claire. We are doing one at the international break, people, and I hope you all tune in. Will be a call-in show. Nems curse Liverpool. Stay there until the end. Top soldier. Yeah, he's gonna have to gut this one out. I'm not gonna lie. Gut this one out, my guy. Yeah, a little friendly there. Yeah. And that's it. That's it. Jesus will be back for that Palace quarterfinals to dunk on them. He loves him a cup game against Palace, does he not? I think he scored a hat-trick the last time we played Palace. And it's at the Emirates too. Yeah, I think. But what I'm saying, Cape, is that I think we have the toughest of the draw. I wanted Cardiff, bro. I wanted the easiest path to this final. So for all intents and purposes, Chelsea are in the semis. But we get by Palace, which I expect us to do. But that will be a very, very difficult fixture. Could Brentford upset City? Please do. Can Fulham upset Newcastle? Please do. We get one of them in the semis. I want Chelsea in the final. Give me Chelsea at Wembley. I like our record against them there. So, but I want this EFL Cup badly. Give me the EFL. Give me the FA Cup, because the FA Cup is played before the season ends now, so we can wrap up the cups before the season even ends. What team can lose the title 8 points clear? I don't put anything out of reach of this manager until he proves himself, and that's a fair point to make. Fair stand, very fair take. Yeah, show me. Like in these United States, we have a state called Missouri. They call it the show me state because you can't tell anyone from Missouri shit. If you tell someone from Missouri, they'll be like, show me. You tell someone from Missouri you can bench press 500 pounds, they say, show me. So until Arteta shows us that he can do it, I'm here for it. Now, had we gone to Anfield and won, like I thought we would have, because I predicted a 1-0 and handled City at home, I wouldn't be saying that it's ours, but I'd have a little more chest right now. And I've noticed that I'm saying you notice that the pundits, what they're saying on TV, it's Arsenal's title to lose. I don't like that. If Liverpool are going to pawn it off to us and say it's Arsenal's title, we're going to change the to lose to win. It's not Arsenal's title to lose. It's Arsenal's title to win. That's what we're rolling with. But the fact that we haven't won any of them, like the assembled has said here, makes rivals and pundits comfortable to say it's Arsenal's title to lose. Why would you say that? As the Arsenal faithful, when the bookies and the odds tip in our favor, that's the energy that we're putting out in the world. It's our title to win, not to lose. Fuck all that. I don't get it, guys. We genuinely weren't on for whatever trophies people thought we were on for last season or the season before this. We have everything we need. I thought we were fresh on to win it in 23-24. It was in our hands. In 22-23, 8 points clear. It was in our hands. We were up 2-0 at Anfield. We were up 2-0 at West Ham. We lost. It feels like a loss. We drew home and away to Southampton and got relegated. It was in our hands. However you got there is irrelevant, but you were there to win it. And the season before that, the season after that, 23-24, was the first time in a long time the Arsenal Football Club went into a season with title-winning expectations. And we brought the Premier League title down to the very last day. Very last day. We didn't even need Man City to lose. We just need them to draw with West Ham. So the chances were there. And then we were getting knocked out of cups to Southampton and to Forest and West Ham and that. Like I tell KP all the time, and he'll tell you that one of the main reasons why I'm upset at Arteta is because I think the squad is good enough to win something. Even last year and yester. Yeah, the Palace draw ain't easy at all, but we got a tough one, but I think we'll win. Yeah, we have the toughest of the bunch. And I'm not laying that as a foundation to make it as an excuse, but I do think we have the toughest of the bunch. It's to play Palace again and again, because we got them again in the league, even though it's at Selhurst, where we do put 5 past them on a regular. But I expect us to do them at Selhurst Park. But Palace, they have shown that, it will be a tricky one. But we get past them. Let's do the damn thing. Do we need a left wing? And if Rice gets injured and we lost the corners, we are finished. We do need a left winger. Yeah, I'm on record as saying that even before the window closed. So I was, when people were asking me, Rodrigo or Eze, I'm like, we need both. It's not like they play the same position. If you're asking me, who do we go get? Hoisin or Bastoni? I'm like, okay, they play the same position. Let's choose one. But you're asking me between a 10 and a left winger. We absolutely need a left winger. I think Trossard should go. And I think Martinelli has peaked. No chance in 2023 squad. The 2023-2024 squad was the squad that came closest to the title board 10. That's the year we put 89 points on the board. That's the team. That's the one that Positive Dan said we scored the most goals in the club's history. Mikel Arteta. I seen us smoke Chelsea 5-0. Mikel Arteta. Remember that one? The only bad thing about 2023-24 is that When they had Holland, we went and signed Havertz to try to bridge the gap on them. But that's the same year we signed Declan. You tell me we couldn't win the League Cup or the FA Cup if he didn't throw him in the bin. Yeah, I thought the squad was good enough to win. We don't need a left winger to win the quad this season. Quad, I tell you what, every time we get into a season, was it 21, 22? And Liverpool on for the quad, so to speak, when they won the Carabao and they won the FA Cup, and then City went, and then Real Madrid went, give me the league, give me the champs. I think we might win the trophy for the first time in my life. Kind of scared to say it out loud. The PTSD is real, Claire, and it's okay. It's a safe space here. You can say it. The Top Gooners will not be allowed to come over here and troll you. We will not allow it. This guy will not allow it. He is the supreme protector of the chat. AJ. I can promise you we won't win the quad. It's never been done for a reason. If he does it, build him a statue. The Arsenal faithful don't see the negative in the statement. It's ours to lose. Most of them think it's a positive statement. Yeah, I don't like that. It's ours to win. It's ours to lose. It was ours to lose in 22-23, 23-24, 24-25. Even with the injuries, we were still in leading position. How many times? Now, people forget that we only lost 4 Premier League games last year. The problem is we drew 14. We won't be long till those rivals switch their attention all on Arsenal from Liverpool, and every week it will be better not bottle it over and over again. Yeah, it's coming. We know it's coming. We know the playbook. I'm saying we never had the squad to challenge on all 4 fronts we're challenging on. We had to sacrifice 3 of the trophies last season and focused on 1, which then we could have won that one. If you go look at the squad that we put out against West Ham in the League Cup that year, we should have won. That West Ham team was not good. That knocked us out. Knocked us out at the Emirates, by the way. And then they went to Anfield the following round and were held 5. Although we probably would have won. Probably have needed Saka to stay fit. Fair? This season, it doesn't matter if Saka's fit. If Saka gets injured, to be fair. Yeah, we got Max, we got Ethan, and Nani did well over there while he played those 3 games. I'm not convinced we would miss Rice that much. We can't miss Rice for an extended period of time. No. Rice, the deliveries on those set pieces are why they're so damn dangerous. I know Gabriel is an aerial monster. I know Mikel Moreno is good in the air. Oh, should have scored yesterday, by the way. But the delivery from Declan is top class, damn near best in the world. And you people know me. I don't even gas Arsenal shit like that. But when it comes to Timber, don't tell me shit. I don't care if he's the best. Whatever. There is no right back in the world I'm trading for him. If you want to give me Akimi, I'll take him. All right, Timber just becomes left back now. This is cool. But Timber and Declan's delivery, don't want to hear it. Keep your center backs good with mine. Dio, yeah, when he's leveling the squad. Oh wait, no, his deliveries are massive. My quad is loading. Hey, okay. Wonky fingers there. Guys are rendering the movie as we speak. Oh man, you guys are. Dio, let's win the League Cup first before we talk about quad. Yeah, let's win the League Cup and get the league wrapped up by match week 30. Because I'm gonna be clear, people. I don't want this Super Sunday, last day of the season. We have to win and that team has to. No. If we can wrap up the league title by match week 30, my nerves. 30 got 29 games. How much more of that can you take with these 1-0s that we've been knocking out? No. Wrap it up as early as possible if you can. I don't want the. That's good for rivals if you're not involved in the title race. It's taxing. And to go into a 4th season where we're invested and interested in the results of Liverpool and the results of Man City, I don't want no parts of it. Now we can skip the League Cup. This is the season we get the double worst case scenario type shit. So you're telling me if he throws the League Cup and the FA Cup in the bin, that's a dangerous game to play. We saw what Slot did yesterday. Liverpool aren't favorites to win the Champions League. They aren't favorites to win the league now, from what I'm hearing. So he is going to have to answer for that at the end of the season if they go trophyless, on top of the money that they have spent. You have to believe we're going to do it. Otherwise, it just won't happen. That's why I'm pushing back on it's Arsenal's title to lose, Borja. No, it's our title to win. Hell with it's our title to lose. When it gets to that point. Until then, it's still just one game at a time. It's still one game at a time. 140 years. We need a trophy of it. End of. And I'm there for that parade. I am absolutely there for that parade. But people, I have gone over almost at an hour and a half. I'm going to love you and leave you. Like I said, the views have been down, but the watch hours have been fine because you are absolute legends. But I don't even worry about the views because I do it. Do it for the conversation. And the conversation was absolutely fantastic today. Special thank you to Claire today. She was awesome. Became a member and dishing out memberships. But it will be on the community page, people, for the member stream next month. For all intents and purposes, we are in November. Happy Halloween for whoever is celebrating it with their children this weekend. Like I always say, people, no, I have to read this before I go. Dio, how can I believe Arteta has wasted 21 winnable trophies in a row? And the facts are the facts. 25 likes. I'm calm. I love it. Big up to you, AJ. My mod. It was nice to have you in the chat today. I know you've been busy over the past couple of days. Big up to Wahaha. Yeah, man. Big up to you, man. Love. All the way. Cheers to Hendo as well. Take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, we are gone.